Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and as we enter the Sunday after the Olympia, the 2020 Mr. Olympia that is, there is an odd silence in the air, but there is definitely still a buzz going on. Mr. Olympia 2020, Big Ramy, the most exciting thing that could ever happen to bodybuilding, guys. The excitement noises, not only did they not dissipate, but I woke up this morning, I was still sleeping, and I woke up making the noises. My wife thought there was something wrong with me, but guys, it was the excitement. I told her I'm still excited about the Olympia. Must have been dreaming about Big Ramy winning that Olympia. Excitement, he wrote. But anyway, guys, I thought it was definitely worthy to do a comparison between the top four at the Olympia. So let's go through the poses, and you'll notice Hadi Choopan jumped in the center there. And they did have him in the center. I thought he looked pretty darn good. He could have easily defeated Brandon Curry. Of course, Brandon placed second, if you were not aware. Phil Heath in third, and that was arguable as well. I would definitely give Hadi, if not first, then second in this one. Now, of course, they did bring Brandon Curry back to the center, so they were switching them back and forth. They kept Phil to the side. I'm pretty sure they knew they were going to give Phil a gift, quote-unquote. The midsection, actually the midsections of Hadi and Big Ramy, probably the best in the lineup, and they're probably the best two hitting the shot. Phil, he's good besides the midsection. I would even say he's better than Brandon Curry. Brandon maybe not the hardest and crispest and most conditioned, and let's face it, maybe not the least muscular in this comparison. But it is a good shot for him. I mean, it's worthy of a third place, I guess, in this comparison, that is. Let's go through the poses, the front lat spread, and you could look at this one different ways, I guess. Brandon Curry and Hadi Choopan, probably the best silhouettes, but I would say the combination of the muscle separation, conditioning, I would give Hadi Choopan the overall win. But Big Ramy, look at the muscle separation on him. Maybe not the best silhouette, but I mean, he's huge. And the legs, guys. Brandon Curry really weak in the legs in this comparison, that is. Taking nothing away from the former champion. Feels weird to say that. Phil Heath definitely placing dead last in this one. The midsection very present in this. Phil, guys, he has the best set of legs. Complete. I mean, look at the calves. Ramy's quads are pretty darn good, though, I have to say. They did move Brandon back in the center, of course. I like to show you guys both pictures. And Brandon, he does look good in this. Besides maybe the weaker legs, his silhouette is so darn good. But still, guys, Hadi Choopan. He has the muscle separation. He has the silhouette. He's winning this one. And it'd be a battle between second place, in my opinion, between Big Ramy and Brandon Curry. I'm going to add all these up, and I will tell you my honest opinion, who I think placed where in this. I don't know. I really don't care where the judges did place them. Side chest department, and Brandon Curry doing a hoo-ha pose here. So I guess we're not going to be judging him. Well, we'll look at him in the next comparison. We'll put him in the center. Big Ramy. Wow, there was other poses. Watching the video footage, Phil did look good in this comparison, but not here. Big Ramy. And I would give Hadi second place in this. I mean, Phil, his midsection's a little bit too much. Chest, maybe a little bit more narrow than it used to be. With all due respect, guys, I'm glad Phil came back. Let's bring Brandon to the center. And now, hoo-ha's all around for Phil Heath. So, actually, Brandon looks very good in this comparison. He looks huge. Might even have enough to defeat Hadi. It's close. It's close. Big Ramy's winning this one, no doubt. And maybe a tie for second, I guess. Hadi, the muscle separation seems to be a lot better than Brandon Curry. Maybe better in the legs, but Brandon's so big. He's so big that it would be maybe a toss-up between the two. Anyway, side tricep development. And it was actually quite hard to get all these guys to snap the pose at the same time. There was always at least one person not even hitting the pose. And this one here, I guess, is your best of the average ones, or your best average shot. At least three of them are somewhat hitting the pose. And Big Ramy Hadi Choopan. Hadi Choopan, man, that conditioning. I think he might have been ripped off, guys. Think he might have been ripped off, overlooked. I mean, Brandon Curry was the champion. Phil Heath was the former champion. You kind of had to give them respect in that sense, I guess. Let's have a look at the other comparison with Brandon in the center. Phil Heath, guys, in my opinion, besides the midsection, he is taking this one because of the tricep development itself. Hadi Choopan's impressing me. Big Ramy, he's winning in many aspects when you look at the lag. I mean, look at the physique of the guy. He's just so huge. He's dominant. He's so dominant. Brandon Curry impressed me in other versions of his physique in this side tricep pose, but here at the Olympia, I don't know. He might not have nailed it, so to speak, in certain poses anyway, like this one here. I mean, he might even be getting dead last in this. I'll have to go through and look at them again. Phil Heath and other pictures that I seen, the side tricep was definitely winning, but we're going by these ones. He might still be winning. It's between him and Ramy. So, in Mark's Max Muscle tradition, we land from the side tricep right to the rear lat spread. I know that's not the way they do it in the IFBB, but anyway. Brandon Curry, clearly the weak link here when it comes to the lag development. Not only the hamstrings, but even the quads from behind, much smaller, and the glutes, much smaller. Maybe drier set of glutes than, say, Phil Heath in this pose. Other poses, Phil definitely brought the conditioning, but Brandon, the weak link for sure. And I expected high hopes for his rear lat spread. He is wide. He has capabilities. Good rear lat spread. I mean, it's close with the other three, to be honest. Let's have Brandon in the center. Actually, this is a better shot for Hadi Choopan. My soul. There's an argument, guys, that says Hadi Choopan, one of the best in this lineup. Phil, if you take a close look at the clearer pictures, he is probably more dense. But then again, Big Ramy, so conditioned here, so rock hard, and just the most massive. And if you watch the video, they called for the rear lat spread. Boom, he pulled that rear lat spread. It's a Learjet rear lat spread, and he held it the whole time while the other guys dinked around. And you know what I'm saying? They didn't have the endurance. I think Dennis James taught him that. Hold that pose. Hold that pose. But anyway, guys, got to credit Big Ramy himself for the big win. Close, though, guys. Like I said, Hadi Choopan, Phil Heath, Big Ramy. Like I said, Brandon Curry, I got to say, he is the weak link in this pose. Rear double bicep. And, again, Hadi Choopan. I think there is a definite argument that says that he should have placed higher than fourth. Big Ramy, yes, he is lacking some lower lat thickness for sure that Phil Heath has in spades. I would say Phil Heath is the best in this shot, from the calves to the hamstrings. Glutes, back development, most crisp. He's not the biggest. Big Ramy's going to be the biggest. But in a sense, Big Ramy may be the least impressive out of the top three. And again, Brandon Curry, maybe not as hard and as crisp and as meaty as the other three gentlemen in the back development. So I hate to ding Brandon Curry. Actually, well, we do have another one. And Hadi Choopan, I noticed this in a lot of the poses. In the rear double biceps, he'd open up and he would look good, but then he would hide away. Like right here, he's crouching back. I don't know if he's putting his delts together too much. But either way, Brandon kind of capitalizing. Still, when you look at the lags, probably give Hadi an edge over Brandon Curry. So Phil Heath, maybe Hadi in second, and then Ramy in third in the rear double bi. It's so close, guys. It's so close, like splitting hairs. Ab and thigh pose. And this is an impressive pose for the two gentlemen at the end. I think probably the most impressive. When you look at the flow and the abs themselves, Brandon Curry, Hadi Choopan, but Hadi, more conditioned, more diced in the lag department. Maybe not as good in the V taper, though. So there is an argument that says Brandon Curry wins this one. Ramy, I like him. His quads maybe a little too overwhelming for the calves in this pose. And the midsection may be a little blocky as well to defeat the likes of Brandon Curry. So I would give Brandon Curry a strong second. Hadi first in this one. There is another one here. And Brandon in the center now. Brandon looks less impressive. You notice that his abs much less deeply cut. So I definitely don't regret putting him in first. I almost want to put him in third now, because Big Ramy looks a heck of a lot better. And I'm not even really discussing Phil. We know his midsection, little out of whack. But hey, guys, like I said earlier, I am glad that he came back. It created so much controversy. It created so much excitement. And it made Big Ramy's win so much better. He got to defeat Phil Heath. I mean, wow. So I don't know. It's close between him and Brandon Curry for Big Ramy and Brandon Curry for the ab and thigh. So Hadi Choopan again, guys. I'm scared to look at the score sheets. Definitely scared to look at the score sheets. Let's go to the most muscular poses. And most people are probably just going to say, oh, well, you got to give it to Big Ramy. He's the biggest, right? I'm sure I heard Rich Gaspari say that Phil Heath deserved it. Rich Gaspari. He was awfully sweet on Phil Heath, if you guys noticed that. Man, I like Phil Heath. They have the same voice. Two millionaires. Phil Heath, the midsection, I think that takes away from the dominance of the muscles that he does have, because he is quite muscular. Chest a little bit narrow to compete with the rest of the other gentlemen, though. So it would be down to Hadi Choopan, who looks pretty darn good, guys. I mean, all politics aside, Hadi Choopan, harder, crisper looking. Let's have the other one with Brandon in the center. And, I don't know, Brandon looks pretty presentful, things of that nature. Actually, Big Ramy and Phil Heath, I don't think they're nailing their pose right on time here, and it was actually hard to get all four of them to be nailing their poses. So, I don't know. Big Ramy, I guess, and Hadi are probably the two strongest in the most musculars, and I know I'll get some arguments saying, oh, well, it's Big Ramy all the way. I don't know. Hadi looks pretty darn good, ladies and gentlemen, so maybe a tie for first between Hadi and Ramy. He cannot overlook that mass of Big Ramy. And he is your winner here at Mark's Max Muscle. On points, he defeated Hadi Choopan. He didn't defeat Phil Heath. He didn't defeat Brandon Curry. He defeated Hadi Choopan, guys. And that, I am pretty strongly for that. I think that Hadi Choopan not only placed ahead of Brandon Curry, but I think he placed ahead of Phil Heath as well. Anyway, guys, that is my opinion. I'm a huge bodybuilding fan. I'm not hating on the judges. I'm not hating on Phil Heath or Brandon Curry. I'm excited about this sport. It's the best sport in the world. If you can call it a sport, it's more of a pageant, I guess. But hey, whatever. They're athletes. And I'm excited about it. And I like to critique. I go over and see who was better. And I gotta say, guys, with the momentum that Big Ramy Mamdouh Elsbaye has right now, I don't see anybody defeating this man. I mean, who could defeat Big Ramy Mamdouh Elsbaye? Peeled. So peeled. I mean, you go through the list, you go up and down. I mean, not too many people could claim even that they defeated Big Ramy. I defeated Big Ramy. I beat them all. So peeled. So peeled. But anyway, guys, maybe that's a sign of things to come. Definitely that argument, guys, that peeled so peeled did defeat Big Ramy. And still kinda is the champion of 2018. You know who I'm talking about, Sean Roden. But anyway, guys, never know what the future holds for Big Ramy Mamdouh Elsbaye. But I can tell you one thing for sure. This is going to be huge for the IFBB and bodybuilding and the fans alike. Go have your protein shakes, guys, because we're heading in on 15 minutes. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.